What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast. This is episode number 76. We are tapping in for the Representative Anna Luna press conference, where allegedly we are going to have some big news on government transparency. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, give us a follow. Make sure you hit the TikTok as well. Irv, what's good, baby? What are we looking at today?
What's shaking? Well, we got a major press conference. Not sure what it's gonna be, but she did state it's gonna be bigger than aliens. This announcement. I heard some
Wild.
Epstein list shit. I heard some JFK shit, mixed with some alien stuff. So, we'll see. About to bring it live.
Yes, we are. Speaking of which, did you see the JFK thing? Is allegedly they just uncovered something like 4,000 files that were never provided to any sort of oversight committee or they found a treasure trove of documents that have never been before released or acknowledged by like the Warren Commission or like government projects, whatever. But it's a big deal because now we're about to start to see some of these files.
Yeah, I did see that, which is crazy, man. Because with the Elon indulge shit, it's like the the elected officials have been locked out of everything. Like
Yeah.
they're like, "Can I see this?" Hell no. Can I see this? I want this. I want these documents. No. Like just basically long time
Stonewall.
employees running the government, bro. Um,
Well, it was wild too because like with that Department of Education thing, I'm sure everybody's seen it where there was the videos going around of everybody getting locked. Maxine Waters getting locked out of the Department of Education. Funny, I saw Paul Tonko there as well, but remember when we took a pic with Paul Tonko, Irv?
yeah, he stopped by the Thanksgiving, right? Is it
Yeah, it
one of
was
the
like corned beef and cabbage, I think.
corned beef and cabbage? Yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
back when we used to hustle that meat. But it's interesting because like it's funny because I just saw a video that like somebody was like, I don't agree with people chasing people down, but there was a guy like demanding answers like, yo, why do you get this huge taxpayer SUV? Like, let's get some transparency. Like what why do you deserve that? Like just it was wild, dude. People are going crazy.
Yeah, they just fired 4 people at FEMA for sending money to luxury hotel for illegals.
Shut up.
Yeah, um, I'm like, yo, you guys wanted to get fired because you do that shit, like, especially right now, like with the executive orders and shit, and like people in North Carolina sleeping in tents, and you're like, let's slide this out without anybody knowing to New York, and got fired today. Shit canned. Horrible.
Yo, look, man, we have to say it again that, with the USAID shit, USAID shit, obviously there has been a lot of fuckery going on with that organization. And there was something like, let me pull it up real quick, but I know one of our mutual friends, the one that don't like to be named on the podcast, he sent it to me earlier. And we've been going back and forth all day about that and the Kanye shit. But he said they discovered a media group that was funneling money from USAID to over 4,000 media outlets globally and training for 9,000, quote, independent journalists to disseminate U.S. propaganda globally. $476 million to control the fucking narrative out here.
Yeah, everything we've been seeing, not only in our country but worldwide. Um, it's just been straight propaganda, and it's a money train, man. That's just you know what I mean. Like these cats are getting money all over the world for this Oh yeah, shit! I'll start a podcast to talk some shit to overthrow the government of my country. Um, for these third world countries, why not? Why wouldn't they?
Right. Yeah. And it goes to show you too, because months back there was that interview with Tucker Carlson and Putin,
Mm-hmm.
and Tucker asked a very specific question, and he was like, "Well, why wouldn't you just push back in the propaganda machine?" And he's like, "It is very hard to defeat the Americans in the war of propaganda because they own all of this media, and everybody's like, he's a liar, he's a liar, he's a liar." And here we are. We got evidence now.
So what do you think this is all headed, man? It's a wild time, unprecedented time in our country. Like our books have never been this open. It's never been American people have never known exactly. Like everybody knew there was some fraud in the system, but now it's like, whoa.
No, it's for real fraud. And I don't think anybody ever estimated the actual scale of it. So we know in a lot of bigger corporations, and what a lot of people need to understand too, the United States of America is a legitimate corporation. Like, it is an actual corporation. There is the government side of it, but then there's also the business side of it. And I think with this I hope it's heading for transparency. I hope. But again, it's like we're talking about 100, 200 years of shamming people. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of these cats, like, the Chuck Schumers and the Maxine Waters and like a lot of Democrats, let's just put it that way, are so upset by this because it's exposing all of the money that they were receiving. And that's taxpayer dollars, shit that's supposed to go for our infrastructure, shit that's supposed to go for like education and everything else. The fundamentals of our country are going into the pockets of politicians.
Yeah, and the judges are. I mean, the judges are trying to stop a lot. Um, it's just it's just wild, man, out there. They're trying to rile up, everyday people, the usuals, you know what I'm saying, to get them out on the streets and shit. I'm like, nah, bro, don't don't be out there, um, fighting for these people. They sold you downriver, bro. Like the amount of money, like there should be no homelessness in our country. Cats should be healthy as hell. Like there should be, or we should be able to handle all these disasters. Like the hood should be rebuilt. We should have high speed trains. Like all that shit is gone. It's sent overseas and wasted.
Yeah. And this is a big, it's coincidental. I guess it's coincidental you said that, but at the same time, with like the hood being rebuilt, a lot of people I've seen on the internet talk shit about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. It's the worst halftime show in history. Blah 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 blah. Because it went over your head. It went over your head. The real fucking problem in this country, and there was so many subliminal messages in that halftime show. People were like, "Oh, well, it just wasn't entertaining." Well, that's because you're surface level, and that's all you want is entertainment. You don't want to be unplugged from the matrix. You don't want to listen to what that kid is saying. This is a guy that came out of like literally ducking stray bullets to a massive rap career. And I think the narrative of the halftime show was, if anybody, I just encourage everybody to jump into like the deep dives of that halftime show, because it really highlighted the game of America. Did anybody notice the giant PlayStation controller? Start here, game over. Like, yeah, everybody thought it was just a shot at Drake. No, this dude is highlighting that, like, if you don't stay within the confines, they're going to rig the system and you're never going to win. Message being, the revolution is now. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. And I think that's what we're kind of starting to see with this transparency too, is a lot of people are tired of it, man. We have a new generation of Congress people and representatives, people around our age and younger, and they're tired of it, tired of the shit. Robin Hull, please. USAID is how the corrupt politicians are laundering their money. No, it's exactly it. Thank you for tapping in with us. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. We got 35 with us. We're going to be getting into the links here. It's not live yet, but we have 32 on X, 2 on YouTube, none on Facebook, none on Twitch, but I can't see Kick or Rumble. So if anybody's over on Kick or Rumble, shout out to you guys as well. We're hoping for some, I'm hoping for not to have a nothing burger. You know what I mean? Like stop wasting our time. Let's get it.
Yeah, come on, give us something. But I think it'll be something of substance. You can't say bigger than aliens and then drop a nothing burger.
No, that would drive me nuts, man. Is like, well, I think it's bigger than aliens. Like, what could be bigger than extraterrestrial life on this planet? The only bigger thing, though, is the lies that have been perpetrated by our own government, by world governments.
Yeah, the tentacles are everywhere, man. Tentacles are everywhere.
Yeah. What's going on with that Shapiro thing? You find anything else out about the Governor Shapiro thing?
I mean, the state trooper is real.
There is a real
did say that anybody can bring a complaint. We're referencing a whistleblower, federal whistleblower, brought some evidence stating that Governor Shapiro of Pennsylvania had something to do with Trump's attempted assassination in Butler. Not verified yet, but a complaint has been filed, so we'll continue to follow that, and as we learn more, we'll bring it to you if it's anything.
If it's true, that's a big deal, man. Governor for political aspirations was going to whack out the president.
Yeah.
If it's true.
If it's true, yeah. You got to verify, you know. But someone did drop that complaint against Governor Shapiro, so.
Oh, and you already know Trump's justice system is not playing with that.
Nope. Let's see.
Let's hope for it. What, everybody out there, leave us a comment. What do you think's coming in this press conference here? We know that it was Anna Luna and what was it, James Comer?
Yep.
So we're gonna find out. I'm pumped. We'll see. We'll see how pumped I am.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're a little skeptical because the last UFO hearing. I mean, there was some good content on there, but it wasn't as beefy as, you know, advertised.
Sure, of course. They really got to sell shit. So it's like, oh yeah. But you know what's interesting too, Irv, is I heard that allegedly at the same exact time that this press conference is being held,
yeah,
allegedly Trump is signing a bunch of executive orders at the same time.
Oh, what did he do? He did the water pressure. He's doing the water pressure. I guess some places have been limiting water and pressure into houses to conserve water. Incandescent light bulbs. He's letting those rock again. Did you see the plastic straws?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we can now drink. Those straws are shit.
Listen, I gotta imagine everybody that is out there fucking hates those cardboard straws because you get halfway through your drink, bro, and it's dissolved already.
And you know, he made a point too. Like, you got this paper straw in this huge plastic cup. Like, come
What
on.
the fuck?
Like,
Yeah, come on.
it's like this psychological shit. Like, wait, I got this plastic cup. I don't even think about it. Oh, my straw.
Oh, this big old Wendy's cup?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. That's only going to take 1,000 years to decompose. It's cool. Yeah. So if anybody's out there, man, we got 47 with us. Give us a share. We got, let's see, 41 on X. Shout out to X, 6 on YouTube, 0 on Facebook, 0 on Twitch. We can't see Rumble or Kick. Shout out to you guys as well. And anybody that's watching on Instagram. See, we got a comment here. Let's see. Robin Shapiro was the Democrats' go-to because he's governor of PA. It was the elite Dems that planned it. Well, we kind of went over this a while back, too, of how desperate the Democrats were to not have Trump get into office. And when we really broke it down, it only made sense for them to do it. The FBI was compromised. The Justice Department was compromised. And as you can see, a lot was happening in Pennsylvania. Remember when Shapiro was signing the fucking bombs, dude? The John Hancock on the bombs that they were going to drop on Russians?
Yeah, with Zelensky. Zelensky was in there. It was, I don't know. That was weird, man. But we'll get to the bottom of this assassination attempts. And maybe it'll come back to USA. Never know.
Yeah, well, I know we were trying to tie into some other shit because there is a lot of misinformation going around too about the U.S. aid shit. So just keep your guys' heads on a swivel. Don't believe everything. Hit the Google button, research that shit, and then you can also go to usaspending. Is it .org or .com?
.gov.
.gov. Ooh, let's get to it. Oh, Chairman Comer and Congresswoman Luna hold press conference to make major announcement. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're taking predictions. You know, shout out to everybody too. We hit 503 subscribers. So we have a $100 Amazon gift card to give away with a hoodie. And also we had a recent giveaway going on. That's still going until February 24th. And then we'll pick out who's going to get the little nonsensical box. With all random, obviously, but hit that subscribe button. Give us a share. If you guys fuck with us, let us know. Let's see. So we got 21,000 views down there so far. So there's 21,000 people as well that are waiting to check this out. Anna Luna has been very proactive in the UFO UAP transparency issue as well. So that's something to look for in this. I did hear that they were trying to set up like a task force or something. And it's like, if you're just announcing a task force, I'd be like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. No sound.
Gotcha.
In America, because today I'm proud to announce the creation of the Task Force Declassification of Federal Secrets. This task force will be a part of the House Oversight Committee and led by the very talented and persistent Congresswoman from Florida, Paulina Luna. During her time on the Oversight Committee, Representative Luna is a sledgehammer against government secrecy. She is committed to throwing open the windows for the American people to allow the sunlight of truth shine on the federal government. I can think of no better person in Congress to lead this task force than Representative Luna. Last month, President Trump signed an executive order to begin the process to declassify information on the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK. This task force serves to build on President Trump's actions. For far too long, the American people have had reasonable questions of what their government, which they fund every day, keeps hidden about certain issues. And for far too long, the federal government has not answered these questions. This creates distrust in our institutions. That ends today. The voters of this nation delivered a historic mandate to President Trump on November 5th. The keystone of that mandate was demanding increased transparency of their government and elected leaders. And the mandate of this task force is to acquire that transparency. We will open this up for questions from the media, but first I'd like to hand it over to my esteemed colleague and chairman of the new task force, Congresswoman Luna, for her remarks.
Thank you, Chairman Comer. When our founding fathers stood against tyranny, they did not merely oppose taxes. They defended the sacred idea of individual sovereignty. They declared that no government, agency, or title could infringe upon the freedoms of speech, religion, thought, and the pursuit of truth. For too long, the American spirit has been dimmed by a veil of secrecy, by a government that has grown too comfortable in the shadows, denying us the transparency we deserve. But today, we stand at the dawn of a new era where the light of truth begins to shine through. A few weeks ago, President Donald Trump made a historic announcement. With the stroke of a pen, he committed to declassifying the files concerning the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a decision not just monumental, but pivotal. It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by Speaker Mike Johnson and Chairman James Comer to lead the House Oversight Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King, unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs, the Epstein client list, the origins of COVID-19, and the 9/11 files.
Whoa.
This task
Shut the
force will
fuck
be a
up.
beacon of bipartisanship. On the Republican side, Representatives Burchett, Boebert, Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding this to the entire governing body and will be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State. This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into irrelevance or send strongly worded letters. This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve. We will cut through the bureaucracy, challenge the stonewalling, and ensure that the American people finally get the truth that they have been denied for too long. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves, to form their own judgments from the truth that they are entitled to know. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us. It is
Oh, I
my
just got
solemn
chills.
duty to begin mending this trust, to form a new relationship between the government and the governed. Let us embark on this journey together towards a government that does not serve, but one that enlightens. That does not just serve, but one that enlightens. Trust through transparency, that begins now. Without further ado, we'd like to open it up for questions, as I'm sure many of you have those. Hands up.
Thank you, ma'am. Obviously, your goals are aligned with the administration.
Can't hear the question. It's how the dude who uses man voice.
How would you handle if you end up, whether it's president or they disagree with, what you're looking to be classified on a certain topic, whether it's UAPs or 9/11 or something like that? How would you handle if there's, some stuff that they don't necessarily?
Well, certainly, I think that they'd be supportive, being that they're advocating for this, but also I want to remind the American
Oh, no.
bipartisan. There's also Democrats that are looking into answering these very questions, but certainly we would share that information with the American people. This is about transparency, and I think, again, as I stated, for far too long, there's been a massive push to keep the American people in the dark, and that ends today. Chairman?
The task force does not have subpoena power. I do. The task force is going to be subsidiary of the full oversight committee. So if we have to issue one, Congresswoman Luna, we'll discuss it and we'll take appropriate action.
But in full transparency, we have a great working relationship, as I stated earlier, with the White House, with the DOJ, with the Secretary of Defense, and the Secretary of State. The incoming FBI director, I think, will be very supportive, and we've also been told that the CIA director is very supportive. To put it in perspective, I think that this issue transcends not just one administration, but multiple administrations, and it hasn't been until now that we've been able to get people actually in positions of power that will push for transparency. Now, if I find that different entities in the various intelligence agencies are stonewalling us, I'm going to make that known to the American people. But as of right now, we are cautiously optimistic. Our first investigation will be announced, but it's going to be covering on a thorough investigation into the John F. Kennedy assassination. And I can tell you, based on what I've been seeing so far, the initial hearing that was actually held here in Congress was actually faulty in the single bullet theory. I believe that there were two shooters, and we should be finding more information as we are able to gain access into the SCIF, hopefully before the files are actually released to the public.
Let's go.
Yeah, so again, this is a bipartisan commission. Remember, JFK was a Democrat, RFK was a Democrat, and I'm sure that I think the entire conference had a question on what actually happened with Dr. Martin Luther King, but also UAPs. You guys know that that was the biggest bipartisan bicameral hearing that we've ever had, I think, in congressional history. I do not know who their members are yet. They've noticed it, but they're taking this very seriously. This is not a conspiracy theory investigating committee. We're actually looking to present truth to the American people. And it's in my opinion that no one person elected to office is more important or more qualified to look at the information that they've been hiding from us. And so we look to push for that transparency.
What sort of department heads, former employees of various agencies?
Would you like to jump in? Yeah, I was going to say, based on what we're actually looking to do with the JFK investigation, I'm looking at to actually bring in some of the attending physicians at the initial assassination, and then also people that had been on the various commissions looking into, like the Warren Commission, looking into the initial assassinations. There's been conflicting evidence, and I think that even the FBI at the time reported some anomalies in the initial autopsy at Bethesda, Maryland. All of those, though, seem to have been rinsed and repeated in the media to push a certain narrative that we don't agree with. And so I think that in order to put to bed some of the theories that have been out there on John F. Kennedy, we have to know the full truth. And the full truth starts with transparency. And that's why these files is so important for the American people to read for themselves.
The truth.
The biggest information problems that we've had with UAPs is the amount of stonewalling, stovepiping, and also it seems that there is this push to gaslight the American people into looking at the evidence and then not fully believing it. I think for us, if we're writing the budget, for example, into the Pentagon, if we're writing the budget overall for whatever programs might be out there, why is it that members of Congress who are given a top secret security clearance are being denied access? That's not a free and true government. And so for us, especially being that we have now a Secretary of State who's actually open to declassification and Marco Rubio, we're hoping to present that information and at least acknowledge it from a government perspective that we are not alone, but also let's see what the evidence is. Yes, in fact, the letters went out this morning, not just on RFK, JFK, and MLK, but on everything that I had listed above to include UAPs, Epstein, and 9/11 and COVID, to the State Department, Department of Defense, CIA, and then also we'll be sending some to the FBI, and letters have also gone out to the NSA. Well, what's interesting on that specific committee is what, to my understanding, when they actually brought in expert witnesses, they weren't actually people that were in attendance to the initial autopsy at Bethesda. But also, this is a bigger committee than just the JFK assassinations. We're also expanding into Epstein, COVID origins, 9/11s, and then UAPs and USOs. And so before, where we initially had some of these hearings, this is going to be an encompassing committee that's going to work directly with the White House on information that they're declassifying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Correct. Correct. There's actually 3 different government investigations into the JFK assassination. But again, this committee is expanding not just there, but outwards into other fields. And again, we're working directly with the White House. In previous investigations, they didn't have access to the information that we are going to have access to. And so that's a big deal, especially if you're looking at what truly happened with JFK. I already have a top secret clearance. All members,
Let's
all members
go.
of Congress have it.
Let them know.
The question is do we get
Shut the
staff
fuck
access,
up.
which has been very supportive and will be getting staff access as well. Okay, 2 more and then we're going to wrap it up. We just want the truth. How much did the CIA know in advance? But also remember, when you have only certain information that's shared with the American people, that's when conspiracy theories happen. And it's in my opinion that conspiracy theories can be detrimental. It doesn't mean that in the last couple of months we haven't been right on a few things. But what I will say is I think that we deserve to give this information to the American people. I don't agree with the stonewalling that's occurred. And also, how do we prevent things like it from happening in the future? And we have to know the full picture, and the American people deserve to know that as well.
Can we expect any collaboration with the Department of Government Efficiency?
I don't know what information Doge would have, but I would encourage them if they have anything on JFK, Epstein, or anything in between that they bring it to our office immediately. Okay, 1 more and then we'll wrap it up. Of course.
They can barely hear them too.
We have a lot of questions. Some of the people in the mayor's administration have been vocal that they weren't going to comply with federal law, that they were going to continue to act as sanctuary cities. We want to know about coordination and communication they had between the previous administration. How did so many of these illegals get there? Who was paying for it? Who were they communicating with to be able to provide housing and so many other benefits to such a large population of people? Just the basic questions we all have: who was paying for it? Who was leading the efforts to transport the illegals from wherever their entry point was in the United States to the sanctuary cities? And are the mayors going to comply with federal law now? Are they going to work with Tom Homan and the national security groups in the Trump administration to try to deport the criminal illegals and stop being a sanctuary city? Worried about what?
Do we feel less worried about Eric Adams?
Eric Adams, I mean, he was one of the first mayors to bring up the crisis situation, the fiscal impact on the city. So I think he would be a very good witness, and we have a lot of questions for him, just like we do the other 3 mayors.
All right, 1 last question, then we're going to wrap it up. News Nation, let's go.
About your relationship with whistleblowers. Is it going to be the normal process that oversight typically does, or would this be? Are you going to create a separate avenue with task forces?
I mean, we're all about the normal process, but look, if you have information and it's credible, we've always approached it in that I'd like to be the person that does the interviews for it, mainly because, especially with stuff like this, we want to make sure that there's, not bad actors that are pushing false information to create a narrative that's simply not there. And so, every whistleblower that does come forward, as of right now, there's people that have been publicly out there, for example, on the JFK stuff, that were actually present in the room at the operating room where he was actually brought to right after the shooting. So we hope to bring those people in to testify. And again, these hearings will be open to the public. I'm also expanding this to the entire conference. So if someone's going to take this seriously and look at it through an investigative lens and get answers for the American people, they are welcome to ask questions of the witnesses, and you guys will all receive notice of that.
And we'll work with anyone who currently works with the federal government that wants to declare whistleblower status and receive whistleblower protection, if that's what they're interested in doing. And I don't think they're going to face the type of retaliation that the previous administration gave whistleblowers, particularly the high-risk whistleblowers that blew the whistle on the cover-up of the Biden family.
And I'd also like to close with this. If you are an independent investigator, we are being told that the FBI has now located thousands of pages of documents that they lost before, specifically relating to JFK. We are going to get through as much as we can. We have a great team of attorneys. We have a great team of investigators looking into this, but it doesn't mean that we won't accept help from the public. And so we will be setting up a place for collection for people to present information. But again, this is about transparency. The government works for us. There have been people, I think, in power for too long that try to silo us and keep us in the dark, but that stops today. You're seeing that same message come out of the White House, out of the CIA, the FBI, and every other agency in between. So we are very happy to have the support of all of those individuals, happy to have the support of Chairman Comer and Speaker Johnson. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Oversight Comms, and we'd be happy to answer those at that time. You guys.
All right. Okay. So first and foremost, I think I'm in love with Anna Luna. You know, but either
Get
way,
that out of the way.
I know she is. Jeez, I'm blushing. But anyways, so it was, I guess, the announcement of a task force, right? That's what we're going to call this. I guess some positive things other than actual disclosure of anything is the attitude behind Anna Luna. Like this dude said, she's been an absolute sledgehammer. She's not fucking around. Obviously, only time will tell what really happens. But I'm excited personally. You know, we didn't really know exactly what was going to be talked about, but now we're talking Epstein. We're talking the 9/11, bro. Talk to me, Irv. What'd you think?
Yeah, I think it's a bombshell. Reason being it's different this time because you got the president, you got RFK at health, you got Cash Patel coming in with the FBI. He's already been down with the Epstein release and JFK and all of that. He's already fully read in on the JFK stuff. And then you got Tulsi Gabbard coming in at DNI. Like, so every department head is there. That's really down with the people and are gonna come, they're over these agencies. You better come correct or your ass is gonna be out of here.
Yeah.
So now is the time, man. This is just amazing news. Amazing news all the way around. That's all I ever wanted was truth, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
well,
it.
I think with the inclusion of the public, like you're okay. Yeah, we've been doing the UAP thing for a little while. We've been doing the fraud thing for a little while. We've been doing the shadow government for a little while. But to publicly say, and those are gifts. That was like, I honestly personally took the Epstein files and 9/11 as like, oh, okay, word. Say word.
Bonus.
Bonus, but I think these are topics that hit the culture of America. Like you ask anybody on US soil and a lot of times in the world, what happened to JFK, and you're going to hear a slew of answers. Mob killed him, LBJ killed him, mafia whacked him out. Like now is the time where we should have the information. Stop treating us like kids, like she said.
Yeah, that's truly amazing, man. And it really, I know these old heads really want to keep the secrecy, but the secrecy is really what destroys our country, man. It's like we keep building over all these lies, man, instead of just coming clean. Let's get a new slate, like of transparency moving forward, so this shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Like the secrecy is what turned this into more of a cancer to the country, because like she said in this interview, there's agencies that are operating way out of like any sort of government oversight. And that's not okay. We control this shit. We run this shit. Are we just playing the game of the idea of a constitution, or are we living it? And really, that's what these for so long, I feel like, just again, when you have like a big secret, so say say LBJ, for example, really whacked out JFK. You know, that's such a big secret, bro. And I get the secrecy behind it because you don't want to be like, yo, the vice president just killed the president. Nobody wants to say that. But after a certain amount of time, all those people are gone. You really model it like this. No, this is the new government. We're going to give you the old government now. Fish them up. Serve them up. Everybody's gone, dude. Anybody that had anything to do with any of that shit is gone. Except the Epstein files.
9/11, COVID.
9/11. Yeah, you're right. 9/11. You're right.
But it's the secrecy. I mean, even if they're here or not, bro. If you had a part in wrongdoing, you should have to answer. You did it. It's your act. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like, oh, we don't want to wreck John Brennan's career because, you know, he did this awful thing, or Hillary Clinton did this awful thing, but she's going to be next in line for the State Department job. Like, let's not disclose any of it. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is ridiculous because that's where we're seeing the installation of criminals. People that have done some really weird, bad things. And you're going to say, oh, wait, let's make her, like, you want to run her for president? You know, like, and that's kind of like this, the crazy part about it is that it's like so superficial. It's like you don't want to talk about 30,000 deleted emails, but let's just talk about what she's done for women, you know, or whatever, which was all fake anyway. But at the same time, this happens. Shit, Kennedy happened in the 60s, bro. Roswell happened prior to that. Like, there was a lot of shit that happened in those, like, I guess, those crucial years. The establishment of the CIA, the establishment of the NSA, the establishment of, like, all of these other entities, and they've all been kind of working by themselves. She said, what, three different agencies have investigations into Kennedy?
Mm-hmm. Like,
and
why?
We just get this. Yeah.
We're one government, but they're all in their own silos, and everybody's been in their own silos. It's just
they don't trust each other either, though.
They don't, and you can't operate like that. And that's the secrecy part too. Like, how are you going to trust somebody who's keeping secrets from you? Like, are you really going to trust them? And I just think these deep state actors are really on the run, and they're gonna rear their heads, man. So there's gonna be a lot of weird shit that happens coming up.
I feel like a lot of those same people are going to be on Epstein's list. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of those people are the huge power brokers of, you know, of the world in general. Mm-hmm. If every politician is corrupt, and not saying everyone now, but like if we're talking about back in that time, like imagine 9/11 being an inside job, bro. If they ever came out and said 9/11 was like funded by Bush or like some deep state operative, like that's nuclear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. And then who's she saying that they believe there was two shooters? Was that Butler?
JFK.
Oh,
he said it. He said it.
Wild, bro.
She's got intelligence clearance too, so she said it. This is
that's big news, bro.
This is crazy. What a time to be alive, man.
Two fucking shooters. Now, where's the second shooter, bro?
Where's the second shooter? And and they're gonna set up a website for citizens too to get involved. You know, citizens like to investigate and do stuff or heard something or whatever. That's gonna
they just open up the floodgates for that. Yeah. They open the floodgates for that. You know, and shout out to the conspiracy theorists out there, man, because after this last 4 years, like, we feel good because a lot of this shit we predicted, a lot of this shit we've talked about, and we've been called crazy because of this shit, you know? Yeah, cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, man. Yeah. But
Uh,
again, but this is a big deal. And if anybody out there's got thoughts, man, let us know what you think. Shout out. I think we got up to 75. We're at 68 right now, 63 on X. Shout out X. 1 on Twitch, 1 on Facebook, 3 on YouTube. And I can't see Rumble as per usual. We got 1 on Instagram too. Shout out to you. And Kick. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen out here? You think it's just phony baloney, or you think this, like, Anna Luna's about to get up in some ass out there?
she's like, yo, this press conference is over. We got
Bro,
work to do.
that top or security clearance shit. I was like, yep, that's the moment I fell in love.
she's like, I already got my shit. What are you talking about, son?
Stop it, bro. She was taking all the UAP whistleblowers.
Yo, UAP USOs, bro.
Yeah,
We
there's some.
we want that info.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they roll it out. And she said they have, what is it, planned for March or something like that?
March.
Another,
First
So-
hearing in March.
which is a big deal. So, like, we'll see how the first hearing goes. It'll probably be more introductory and, stuff like that. But it's going to be a big deal, man. If, like, some of these conspiracies, turn out to be exactly that, man. Like, I don't even know. The second shooter with JFK, the Epstein files, because if they start, you're going to start to see how people move. It's like James Franco when he caught his, like, sexual assault shit. He, like, disappeared, gone. You know what I mean? You're going to start to see this from all these higher profile people, because when those lists happen, man, if there's real lists, oh, stop it. You've been on the island, bro. You're in the homie's black book. Like, it's a wrap.
Yeah, and that's another thing too about the Super Bowl halftime show is calling out the pedophiles, the elite pedophile rings, man. Like, game
Yeah.
over. Like, yeah, it's focused on Drake, but that shit's pervasive through Hollywood, through governments, like the sex trafficking of minors all over the world, like the
Oh,
shit with Clinton and Haiti, all the
it's a
missing
real
kids.
problem.
Yeah, so it's a new day, man. It's just wow, man. Every day is something new, man.
I know. We were planning a podcast for yesterday, but then we were like, wait, dude, we might as well just fucking wait. Like, because it really is. And now it's like even crazier, because now we're waiting on this information. You just told us you were going to give it to us. There's no walking that back. You might come out and say, like, all right, fucking an accidental gun shot off of a Secret Service agent blew off Kennedy's head. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
But now you got to give it to us. You have to. There's no question.
Yeah, bro. RFK's in the damn cabinet, bro.
I know.
Like,
I love that.
He was confirmed today. Gabbard was confirmed today, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe she had the votes. Let's see, sure she had the votes.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I'm glad RFK got confirmed. You almost that's the only thing, like, that Trump did strategically that was just blew him out of the water, bro, because it was like RFK here, Tulsi there, he Rubio here, this part, you know what I mean? And you can't put RFK in, like, they never wanted him in Washington to begin with, but then you put him up in such a high position. It's like, no, now we got to release the files of my fucking, because it was his dad and his uncle, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, run that. Stop it.
Drop that.
Because there are a lot of conflicting reports.
She's not officially confirmed. She's got like they do the mock vote. She's got enough to be confirmed. They should be voting on her within the next. Well, basically, they said by like 7 p.m. tonight. Same with RFK and Cash Patel.
All right, so by tonight we'll have an answer of whether they're locked in or not. And again, it all Republican based, so a lot of the House is heavy Republican, the Senate's heavy Republican, and then JD Vance owns the tiebreaker anyway. So it's like you almost had to guarantee that they were going to push up on everybody and be like, no, we're going to get these confirmed. Because Tulsi was the biggest question mark, really.
Yeah.
RFK was almost a lock.
He was getting in, So, with these new leaders, man, it's a new day.
Wait till Tulsi gets confirmed and she's on Rogan next week.
I know she hasn't done any media. She's like, let's just lay low right now. Let's get confirmed.
Yeah. For her, unfortunately, she has been too honest. She has been too honest in her opinions. And it hurt her. It hurt her. You know what I mean? Like where we would talk about an Edward Snowden, I wouldn't consider Edward Snowden a traitor. Do I feel like he could have handled the whistleblower process a bit better? Maybe, but what do you do in that situation? You just found out the government was spying on people. They'll kill you.
Yeah.
And that really hurt her in the hearings because she just wouldn't call him a traitor. And like her past comments were almost in favor of him. And it's like, that's the real American, though. That's no, expose that shit.
Yeah. That's the same shit that's going on with the fraud and the waste. It's like, never mind the waste. Like, why are you exposing this? Like, never mind the fraud. Why are you exposing this? It's the same shit, same playbook. For all of this stuff. It's like, never mind, the breaking the laws and all of that shit. We're mad at you for exposing them. We're gonna lock your ass up for exposing them. So that shit's gotta go, man.
It really does. And it's so crazy because if you see like a lot of these recent, like the one video you posted of all like the people going out there in Washington and telling them to take to the streets, fight back. Like, it's like, you're so radicalized. It's like, dude, take a step back. Let's not worry about that pension they're funding for you. That's not you. Like, these people are bought and paid for. Bernie Sanders, bro. There was like, in the hearings, he's like, dude, I only took $1.8 million. Like, that's it. Hardworking Americans paid my, I was like, dude, come on. You're all bought, dude. Elizabeth Warren bought, like, let's not talk about you guys, man. You guys take mad money from pharmaceutical companies and anybody that'll throw some money at your way. Oh, yeah, sure. Come on over, Satan. Have at it. Hit the bank wire.
Yeah, hit the bank wire. Send that money. Yeah, that's just it's well. What do you guys think out there? Let us know. Shoot us a comment. Hit us on X, Facebook, Instagram. Let us know what your thoughts on this. This crazy times we're all living through.
It really is. And what a time. We've said it before. What a time to be alive, bro. We're going to get the Epstein files. We're going to get 9/11 files. We're going to get fucking JFK files. Like some of the most, but again, these things hit so hard to the culture of America that it's like, they're the greatest conspiracies ever, man.
Yeah, as well too. It's like, I mean, we came up with all of these questions, like from I know for me, like in school, like, yo, JFK book, like who really killed him, who done it, type of deal. Like all of these are lifelong conspiracies. I've been digging in. I'm sure you too, and everybody out there. Like, yo, what's really the truth? Like,
you're always searching for it.
Yeah, searching for it, and to have it be like a possibility right now,
Well,
But
again,
deep
it's
state
we.
is-
Go ahead.
yeah, the deep state is gonna fight that though, and the bureaucrats are gonna fight it. So it'll be a battle.
It really is a battle, and that's like I feel like she said it in the press conference is that no, there are people that are bad actors, and there are people that are trying to subvert this information, and it's over with. It's just we're not doing it anymore. People will be subpoenaed. People will have to show up, and if you don't, we're gonna take that route too.
They're really, and I go back to like Tucker Carlson saying that Congress is scared of the intelligence agencies to even push them. So
You
for them
might.
to be doing this now, it means like they're really cleaning that shit up and not gonna tolerate it. You know what I mean? Because showing up to people's houses, following them, threatening their jobs, like Congress people. Not
Yeah.
just regular Americans, just our government.
People have died though, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part is when we talk about a conspiracy like the Clinton body count, for example, there's just mysteriously 35 people just end up dead that were close around you. No, because this thing really happens. Like I would be afraid of the intelligence agencies as well, because even for us is like it's a little harder to maybe get a congresswoman or a rep or somebody like that, senator. But at the same time, it's like it's not hard to go and just drop a little something in their drink. Hit them with the ray gun that fucking makes them have a heart attack. Like that's why I'd be scared too. But again, you're talking about all the people that were involved in these programs, were involved in classifying the information, that were involved with the deep state. A lot of them are gone now, and a lot of them are either dead or retired. So, and once you revoked 51 security clearances, you kind of already had an idea
Of who those people were. Yeah.
That was telling.
Man.
It was telling, because when you're willing to back a fake story like that, this is why I say we're living in a sitcom, bro, because it's almost like a TV show. Like there's real, like people we elected are subverting real information just to get their guy elected. That's crazy. That's wild. But they showed themselves, and that's when you pull them out and you say, okay, Leon Panetta, one of the biggest piece of shits. See you later. Kick rocks, bro. Don't ever step into another government building again. You are officially on the bench. Yeah. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think. 4 on YouTube, 1 on Facebook, 1 on Twitch, 71 on X. X, we love you. We love all of you guys, but X always show out for us.
All the time, right? All the time.
Yep. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We got that big disclosure film coming out soon too. When does that drop? The one with Burchett and all them.
I want to say March next month.
Be hilarious. Hilarious if all of them are like just dropping at the same time.
Oh,
yeah,
all together, right?
Yeah. Did you see that Super Bowl commercial I sent you?
I did.
We got to run that. We got that shit is so crazy, bro. Whenever you get a chance, but it's like I saw that the following day because obviously I really only watched the halftime show because who cares? The NFL's rigged. But I saw that shit and I'm like, stop it! Here we go. They're starting the conditioning again.
What product was that? You know what product that was for?
So it was for a frying pan. When I punched it in, I found it was Gordon Ramsay Super Bowl commercial. and it's like at Area 51. They made a contact with a new species, but they're foodies.
Yeah.
Bro, there's gonna be a time where there's some MIB shit happening, and there's just mad aliens everywhere.
Running around.
Let's see if we got anybody on Instagram. Shout out to Instagram too. Yeah, I think I put it on the YouTube too.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, yes, sir. This is what's funny though, is wait till everybody sees this. Make sure you guys leave us a comment. This commercial is bananas. This played during the Super Bowl.
We've made contact with a new alien species, and apparently they're foodies.
Oh, food is the worst.
Mr. Ramsey, we'll need you to cook for them. You'll have access to everything the Area 51 test kitchen has to offer, including top secret alien cooking technology.
Wait, that's just a Hexlab pan. I've got these at home.
Unfortunately, it was leaked 8 years ago. The pan was developed using material from an alien spacecraft.
What?
Extremely durable, but low friction. Created to deal with a thick egg-like atmosphere.
You're
Look
saying
at Akon.
it's made out of flying saucers?
We don't have time for a science lesson, Mr. Ramsey. The alien ambassador is already here.
Whoa.
Not her. Him.
Hey, what's up, dude?
You're an alien?
All famous people are aliens.
I'm not.
I meant like really famous people.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Huh?
So, see what I'm saying? Like they're all. One thing I didn't notice before though was the little tiny ship and the hologram. That was an Akon, bro.
That
Like
was an Akon.
What Jake Barber was just talking about in his disclosure. But it's funny to me because you play this, you know, the most eyes are on the Super Bowl, probably of all events every year. And you run something like that. And it's like, oh, we just met a new extraterrestrial race. They're foodies. They're kind of like us. All famous people are aliens. So it was just interesting.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
It's like that Hollywood conditioning.
Did you hear about the Steven Spielberg, the new film he's doing?
No.
Yeah, he's doing like some UFO disclosure shit.
Shut
It's
up.
like,
Spielberg?
yeah. Let me see.
Well, what's interesting about Spielberg is he did what is it? He did a big one there. What Encounters of the third kind or something like that, which was allegedly based on a true story. Obviously, that's all speculation, but as we know, the CIA and Hollywood and people that craft the narrative for culture, they go to Hollywood, they go to music, and they say, hey, start putting this in, oh, here you go. Start conditioning people. So it's kind of full circle with Spielberg.
Yeah, which is wild, because I'm like, they're like the whole first season of X-Files is all real too. I'm like,
who said that?
A couple of the CIA reps that came out. There's a guy, there's a CIA agent that the entire season is based on his life. First
season. Shit.
They're actually real accounts of his, like he investigated a lot of UFO, and yeah, he's
yeah. Robin says she had heard that also, Irv. Yeah, that's bananas. I mean, I can see it with the X-Files. That's what it was, right? X-Files. And that was like a super successful show. I had like a whole bunch of seasons, I think, too. But you need that. You need there's inspiration to this stuff. There's a reason why they give them, that information, because put it out in the public lore and people will make whatever they make of it, but it's at least getting people ready to start seeing these things.
Really are.
And then you drop a commercial like that, and it's like you're almost making these little cute aliens, famous people are aliens. So it's like now the people you look up to are aliens, your idols. Like there's a lot of subliminals there. Did you find the Spielberg thing?
Looking for it now.
Yeah, there's been quite a few that's like everybody's kind of capitalizing on it. And that's why I get weird about I hit you up not too long about Greer's briefing to the president. Stephen Greer was like, oh yeah, we just provided the president with our briefing on everything. And then was like, you can get it though for like $9.99 on my website.
Yeah, straight up. All right, yeah. So he changed the name of the movie to Disclosure. Disclosure.
So that's the name of the movie, is Disclosure?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me find out. He's gonna be like the first one to start pushing it, and then the last one to put it out.
Right?
He just comes out and says, you know what? My people are coming.
2027.
Robin says, good book about aliens written by Alina Dannon. We didn't catch the last part of your comment, Robin. Cedars, Return of the Gods. Thank you.
Definitely have to check that out.
For sure, add it to the collection.
So much content, right, to get through.
Yeah, man, there's so many good books, especially on that topic. Jim Mars's Alien Agenda is a really good one. Chap put me on a one years ago. The Garden of Eden. Nah, well, what is going on here with this fucking mic? It was called Gods of Eden.
Gods of Eden. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's a good movie that he puts out.
Yeah.
And even if we can't find it right this second, I'm sure when we see it, we'll put it up. And it's always fun for us to get into shit like that.
Yes, sir.
But I guess we'll wrap this one up. So some big news and recap. We'll be looking forward to it. We'll be following it. And when we have more information, we'll be bringing it to you guys. Got anything else, Irv?
Yeah, definitely give us a follow, a like, subscribe, a share. Thank you, everybody that tapped in. Thank you, Robin. Definitely for your comments and everything. Appreciate everyone. Catch us back here. We do lives every week. We talk about the weirdness. If you got some topics you want us to cover, always welcome to send us information. Edwin has a Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast hat on. We also have hoodies, stickers. So, we appreciate you all. We can't do it without you. Thank you.
Couldn't say it any better. See you guys later. Peace.